Israel is not the only country suffering from Islamic terrorism.
A pronged attack. Gunmen opened fire on a passenger bus near the southern border with Egypt. 5 people were injured. A second vehicle was attacked near the site of the bus attack. Israeli officials say 5 people were critically hurt.
9/11 was not the only terror attack that America suffered. Ever since then, there's been numerous terror attacks to America that have been caused by Islamic jihadists.
Shortly before, Saeed Farouk and his wife, Tashfeen Malik, opened fire. Malik took to her Facebook page to pledge her allegiance to ISIS in Syria.
Telling her that Islamic terrorism is being investigated as a possible motive in the shooting due to several indicators, including the style of the attack.
When the Prophet Muhammad was portrayed wearing a bear costume last week, it resulted in a warning on a radical Muslim website that Stone and Parker could wind up like the Dutch filmmaker who was murdered by Muslims.
It's mounting against Johar Tsarnaev and his brother Tamerlan, who was killed in the gun battle with police. But no matter what proof the FBI may come up with, the suspect's parents say it is America that's to blame.
Which is now questioning Tamerlan's parents over in Russia, wants to know whether the young man was recruited or trained by any local Islamist groups during his time there. When he got back home, while he continued to subscribe to a conservative, angry brand of Islam.
Now, what concerns NYPD police, particularly following the attack in Ottawa, where you are now, Anderson, is that they looked at his social media, his Facebook page, his postings on YouTube and elsewhere, and those gave them concern about possible motivation tied to Islamic extremism.
Police say officers killed 2 gunmen who opened fire after driving up to the event in Garland, Texas. Right now, investigators are searching the scene inch by inch for evidence.
The event's organizer has run ads in cities across the country.
29-year-old Sayfullo Saipov is in custody. The suspect, police say, is responsible for killing 8 people and injuring more than a dozen others.
This was an act of terror.
A cleaner picture when it comes to just the violent nature of the attack that the world witnessed yesterday as Salman Rushdie was getting prepared to participate in that lecture event. So brand new details from our colleague Nikki Brown, who's reporting from inside Asian Town.
His mother said he once argued with her about focusing on education instead of religion. The city of Yarun in Lebanon is full of signs supporting Iran and Hezbollah. An overview of Matar's social media accounts showed that he was sympathetic to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and Shia extremism. Reports say his phone had a picture of Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani.
The United States have even produced radical imams who promote jihad against America within the United States.
Who has been sentenced to life in prison by a court in New York on terrorism charges. Last year he was convicted of helping Yemeni militants kidnap 4 British tourists who were then killed and helping set up a terror training camp in the States.
Before starting to preach at a San Diego mosque, where he got to know 2 of the 9/11 hijackers. And in 2002, he left the U.S. to settle in Yemen. Since then, his online sermons have made him a cyber superstar.
This religion is about your willingness to sacrifice for Allah Azza wa Jal.
He's preached an increasingly radical call to arms in the Muslim world and in charismatic and fluent English to disciples.
There's even Americans who have joined terrorist organizations.
To high school in suburban Minneapolis. Alberto Renteria, a convert to Islam from Gilroy, California, is seen here inside Syria.
The vast majority say I want to be a fighter, but this one said I want to be a suicide bomber.
Hamza al-Amriki, Abu Hamza the American, appearing in a recent ISIS video and calling for terror attacks in the U.S.
So show resolve and place your trust.
Yet there are Americans, an unknown number, who are ISIS recruits, including Donald Morgan.
My Islamic name is Nasser Abdul Rahim.
What attracted him to ISIS?
Someone has to defend Islam, and somebody has to defend innocent Muslims.